and well, a couple things have changed. So I'm not going to be doing a Arma Reforger server. I was, guys, don't get me wrong, I was. But when I went to the service area to get my server, which by the way was like $70 to $90, somewhere in between that, they pulled the cash off my card, held it for a second, and then declined it and then reimbursed me my cash. And it's all because I use a VPN, a virtual private network, a VPN. And the reason I use a VPN, guys, especially when I'm surfing the web online, is to keep my privacy. So not only is it to stop people from getting my IP to do DDoS, which is, direct denial of service, you also prevent them from being able to dox you, so they no longer get your actual address, and much more stuff for safety reasons. Apart from that, it also hides what I do from, my ISP, my, internet service provider. So that way, let's say I'm going somewhere they don't agree with. They'll never know. Okay? And I'm not saying that to be a dick or I do stuff that's illegal. I'm just saying, like, I don't like people watching what I do. The only person that should know what I do is me. Okay? Or you guys when I tell you. But pretty much, I don't like just people randomly looking and going, ooh, this person does this? Nah, bro. Okay? No, just no. And again, safety being the main well bit for concern is also that safety bit of I don't want random motherfuckers being able to know what the fuck I'm doing, where the fuck I live, type ordeal. So it's just not reliable to have providers that provide services to go, oh, I'm sorry, you're using a VPN? We can't do it for you. Sorry, bye-bye. Like, it makes no sense, guys. Like, I understand people are from India, and no offense to anyone who is actually wonderful people over there, because I know there is a good few of people that is wonderful in India. But you good people that do understand, most of the scams that come out comes from, well, that in Nigeria. But I'm not going to say everyone from those areas are bad. I'm just saying there are select few that kind of ruin the experience of Americans wanting to look at them and be like, yeah, everybody's awesome there because, well, yeah. But I'm not going to say they're all bad. They're not. There's actually probably some very wonderful Nigerians that, I could be best friends with. There's people that I could be best friends with from India. But around there is going to be your thing, because, Calcutta. I can't remember the other place that, is actually in Nigeria that scam call centers are posted into. But anyways, get out of the way. Me having a VPN means nothing. Now, I understand going to a tournament and turning a VPN off. Like, we're actually playing for cash, right? Meaning I'm somewhere like in a Call of Duty, CDL. Turn the VPN off because they do need to check to see if you're downloading cheats, what websites you've went to, all that good stuff to make sure you're a fair player. Especially when you're playing for $10,000, $1 million, $20 million, right? Then I see it mattering. But when I'm ordering a service that I'm going to be playing on and running, hence example, my server, VPNs don't matter. They're there to keep you safe. And since they're to keep me safe, I should not be stopped from being able to buy a product or service just because I have a VPN. It makes zero fucking sense. Unless the people you're trying to buy from is actually actively trying to gain information to either hack, DDoS, or steal from you because they're trying to learn the true location where you live, the true other stuff, this, that, and the other, right? My bird, you better not be out here like hitting something. Buddy, you better best be getting your booty cheek right here, right now. Really? We're gonna land on top of that? Alright. We can work with that. Boom. But yeah, pretty much there's a pretty good amount of stuff out there that makes no sense that people are doing. But yeah, I would have had you guys an Armory Forge server because I actually wanted to go through these guys because on top of like they beat Nitrado by price, massively beat them by price. I just didn't feel like it set well with me that I can't use a VPN to order a service. Okay. Same as I can't use a VPN to surf the fucking web anymore. Especially like if you're gaming in Call of Duty and you're going to a public match, it's frowned upon now to use a VPN because I get there is ways to cheat using a VPN where you can get like certain lobbies or whatever. But usually for that, you need something with a PC or a definitive router where you can choose how far out you can actually search for matches. If you go through the router that comes with your ISP, for instance, what I have, I don't get to geotype, like pick where I'm searching for my matches. And that's why I literally look at Call of Duty and I'm pissed at them half the time because I get in lobbies that, you know, no offense to the people in there, it's not their fault. It's Call of Duty. But I join into matches where I speak like this, and then I hear, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Bruh. And it's because I get thrown into European lobbies. All right. And it's nothing against Europe. It's COD. Okay. If someone's primary language is English, maybe make sure when they're connecting to servers, not only for call outs, you know, being able to understand each other, but actual connectivity, like how much ping is going on between every player to balance your players, to keep the fairness, to not have issues happen as often. Maybe keep US inside of US servers, EU inside of EU servers, unless there's a way we can actually go in like the old Call of Duties, host our own servers, and then you get to actually click and join a server, kind of like you do here in Ark. Or even Arma Reforger if you know how that server listing goes. That is how that should be. But if it's an auto connect, meaning like it just joins whatever it thinks is like good connectivity and fairness overall, US needs to stay with US, EU needs to stay in EU. That way everyone has good connectivity and you don't have an American in there trying to be like, yo, what the fuck's that call out? Or, yo, bro, he's like northeast, bearing 180. And then, you know, the people in there's most likely going to be able to understand English because usually when you go to foreign countries, most people in foreign countries know English. But a lot of Americans feel like if someone's coming to America, they should know English, right? I'd understand, like, if I'm going somewhere to learn the adjacent language to that location. So if I was going to China, of course I'd learn Chinese. If I was going to Japan, I'd learn Japanese, right? Or even in Chinese, instead of just Chinese, you would also have to look like, are you having to go through Mandarin? You know, all that different stuff. And that's what I would do if I was going there. But when I'm sitting in my own home in the middle of the fucking US, I should not have to know what means, okay? Just no. All right. And I'm not saying that again to feel horrible To make anyone feel horrible is the best way to put that, because it's not Europe's fault or even like the servers of Europe. Um, it is Call of Duty for throwing me into those type ordeal. And again, I'm putting that out there to let you guys understand like some of the stuff that goes on within like the video game logic of like server connecting and why I feel it's very stupid. Now, yes, we'd lose out on a little bit of like lobbies here and there, because you got to think like if the whole US is around a certain time point where they're going to bed, it's probably going to be a little hard to find a match. Yes. But I would much rather, for connection purposes, meaning like, where I don't run it 1000 ping, which is not direct 1000 all the time. Sometimes it's like 500 ping. And instead of teleporting around, having the high, like really high latency where it takes forever for your shots to register, would actually not be as bad if I actually join the servers I should be in. If that makes sense, right? But anyways, we're a little off topic. We were actually talking about like renting a service. I was going to rent from Nitrado. Not Nitrado, a different service provider. I was just going to get an Armor Reforger server. And just because I had a VPN turned on, they would not rent me the service. Even though the name of the card matched the name I gave them. Okay. And I didn't go through something like Google's payment, where you go through like Google Wallet or whatever and blah, blah, where, you're not actually physically typing the address. I physically typed out the card number, its date, and everything, which means I have to physically have that card in my fucking hand to type it. I mean, I do understand people can probably pick your card up and write the numbers down and slide it back in your wallet. But at the same time, I'm physically holding a copy of the card. Right? How are you going to deny me that on ordering the service? And anyways, if I was, let's say that was a theft moment, right? One, you would be getting called from my bank, right? Being like, hey, this is a fraudulent transaction, blah, blah, blah. And then they would just have to do the refund then. If nothing came of it, meaning like I spent the money, they never got called by the bank, that means the card is not a fraudulent purchase. So how are they going to look at it and go, because I'm using a VPN, it's fraudulent, and they're just going to immediately do the refund? Bruh. If you don't mind to do the refund immediately, then you probably wouldn't have minded to just do the refund if my bank was to reach out to you, right? Meaning, just go ahead and let it go through and just let me have my service, man. Anyways, they wouldn't have been reached out to by my bank because it was me sitting behind the computer ordering a Arma Reforger server that they decided, because I had a VPN, that I couldn't buy it. Oh, heaven forbid the consumer's using a VPN. And the funny thing is, even your content creators today out there, a lot of them are actually being paid by VPN service providers to boast about VPN. So whenever you actually see a lot of like, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, they're going to say, hey, go grab this VPN, blah, blah. And some of the upsides to that is pretty cool. Like being able to see episodes or like movies that isn't listed in your area, listed on, Netflix. Now you got more stuff to watch type ordeals. VPNs aren't fucking horrible. Yes, there's people out there who use them in the wrong way and take advantage of it. But at the same time, just because, like, we'll say 1,000 out of 10 million people are doing it, bro, that's only not even a fourth. That's like a fourth of people fucking doing that. Everyone else is legit. So, no. Just because someone has a VPN does not mean they get reparation. That means they actually should look at me like, oh, dude, this dude's like amazingly using protection. Or, yo, you know what? He actually supports streamers. Blah, blah, right? And is being more supportive elsewhere. There's a lot of ways to look at that comes out better than telling someone no because they have a VPN. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like giving my actual IP address out to people for them to DDoS. I'm sorry. I don't like giving my IP out so you can actually look up where the fuck I live. Sorry. Sorry, I love to stay protected. But apart from that, guys, I know it's a rant. We are over here on RAG, by the way, on my server that I'm hosting right now, which, by the way, is where the Armory Forger money went, by the way, is to just basically a secondary server here for a cluster. So yeah, if you guys are wondering, I'll actually tell you guys the service provider that is literally ran by like inept 10-year-olds when it comes to saying, "Oh, you can't buy because VPN." I'll tell you the name of their fucking website, dude. Let me go back here to my computer right quick. The same one I made the purchase on that they decided to refund through because I was using Opera with a VPN. So we quickly just open this B back up. Give me a second, guys. My computer is a bit slow sometimes. When I say slow, I clicked on Opera. I think it's trying to load up my screen share. Application I didn't click on. Yep. I had that filling, and I'm just going to deny it right now. Because I did not click on that. There we go. So I got my VPN here, which, by the way, is actually really cool through Opera. So very wonderful. But let's go ahead and type in Arma Reforger server hosting. The name of the website is Host Havoc Ltd. Okay, like literally I came in there to go get my server, which by the way is like way, way less than Nitrado in price. And the reason I can say that is I'm glad I'm still like logged in here. But if I wanted a 100-slot server from New York, we'll say, or we'll say Texas actually, for 1 month, okay. If I hit rent game server now, we go down. We hit, okay, so there's 100. Let's say we wanted 16 gigabytes of extra RAM to come onto the server. Guys, that is only $65 even right now. That's before tax. And then you can get the battle metrics, which is what I was going to do, which brings it to being $68 if we hit continue right quick. After taxes is $68. Literally, there's no tax for that, which is great. And that is what I was going to get. And guess what? Host Havoc here decided to say, I'm sorry, you can't do that because you have a VPN. Like, bro, you was about to literally make $68 with nothing coming back to you. And you decided to literally be dumb. It's either that or it was this site here, which is Bisect hosting, by the way. Because again, at 100 players, okay, which only goes up to 100 players, which is very weird. You can do Bisect Boost and then dedicated IP, which I think this is the one I actually went with, and that's 62. So it goes from 68 to $62, by the way, guys. And that is with the regular. But if I go over, I think I went with the 22. The 22 gigabyte or the 20 gig. I think I went with the 20 gig, which is 68.97. So if I click buy plan right quick, which is not actually going to do it because I still have to go through the checkout phase, which is why I love this site, at least this, better than I did one other service, which, by the way, we're not going to talk about because they never refunded me. So where I click that and it comes over and I'm supposed to go to a checkout, no, the other service just outright took my money, literally $100 of my cash, and then was like, yeah, no, we're not refunding that. Even though you didn't go to a store page, we're not refunding it. But pretty much, guys, we are looking at $68.97 after tax if I wanted to get this, which I do not, because anyways, it's either this one or the other one said no. And I am just not going to sit here and go again with something I know that is going to be fucking stupid. Because again, I'm also back in here with my VPN, and I bet you if I went to buy this, they would go, "Oh, I'm sorry, you had a VPN. Goodbye," is going to be what happens there. And yes, that is absolutely fucking stupid. Okay? I will say that. It is absolutely stupid to say that I can't order my game service because I have a VPN. So, yeah. Let's actually log into this one over here because we want to see. Can I go to log in right quick? Is this the one that I done this with? Whoops. Let's actually see that because I think I typed an extra one. I did. Not a bot. Remember me and log in. Oh, no. Is it not that for the password? I thought it was. Is it, Oops. Whoops. If it was that, I forgot to hit I'm not a robot. So. Make sure I typed everything incorrect. I did. No typos. I'm not a robot. Remember me and log in. Oh. Actually, sign in is this. I think this is how I signed in the last time. I didn't type that stuff. I just signed in like this. All right. Now that I'm actually in, can I actually look at... is there a way I can get to my chat? Tickets. Yeah, right here. So right here, if I take a look at it, and by the way, it is the first website I went to, which is Host Havoc. So I closed that down. Host Havoc is very, very DM. Because after I put it through, this is the immediate message. Your order has been flagged for manual review. A support technician will review this order shortly and approve or deny it. Okay, accordingly. And then literally he goes, "Hello, my name. Please disable your Opera VPN and then place a new order." No. Okay. Pretty much before he sent that, I was trying to type this out. Was I just scammed? I paid just to have it say your order was flagged, manual review, support nation, blah, blah. The same thing inside quotes. It already deducted it from my Cash App. That's BS. Either refund the amount or get the server up now. If a review is needed, never auto deduct the cash. End of story. Okay? And then after that, he goes, your funds will be automatically refunded to you since the order was flagged. I said, VPNs are to keep people safe. Why should I turn mine off? IPs can get DDoS, and that's how you also can get people's location to docs. So I prefer to stay safe. I prefer my safety. I'll just go to somewhere that understands that, like Nitrado, where I already own a server, Arc server. Seen here was cheaper, but I guess it's more BS than it's worth. Have a good day, because it actually is. If you're going to tell me I can't order a service because I have a fucking VPN, it is fucking stupid. Alrighty? Because we do not accept orders behind a VPN due to the number of fraudulent orders that are placed behind them. Bro. End of day, that does not matter. And I'm pretty sure you don't get more than what I actually think you do. Because again, like out of 10,000 people that place proper orders, only 1,000 people, making out of 11,000 people, maybe 1,000 are fraudulent. So the numbers to say we don't accept VPNs is bullshit. Now, if you could show me a thing where you make 1,000 non-fraudulent, transactions to like 10,000 fraudulent transactions, I could see it, right? When the numbers outweigh the other, meaning the people who are actually doing this under fraudulent circumstances are higher than the people doing it normally. And I know that is not the case. Because also, to be honest with you, I didn't even know about this service provider until I decided to look elsewhere from Nitrado. Legit, 90% of traffic is going to go to Nitrado. Okay? And I'm saying that because most people know Nitrado, or they go to host.gg or whatever that like website was, right? Which was back in the day, especially for Minecraft servers. Not many people are going to know about this website. I didn't. Get your booty cheek away from my base. Come on. What I'm trying to do is get my bird to come this way. Bro, get your booty cheek away from me base. Are we really going to be That actually should have hit him. Don't know why the game BS reset it didn't. That was the second hit on him. That should have been there. That the game wanted to bullshit again. Okay, so we're going to have to slowly go through everything. Bitch. That's right. Come out here. Oh, I'm making sure this dude, like, gets away from my base, dude. He's getting barrel rolled to oblivion right now. Bitch. But I fucking thought, bitch. You don't come to my base. Bitch. You get your booty cheeks clapped, you come over here. I promise that shit. Okay, Ark. That is technically water, but not technically. Say, because I can land in it. Or technically walk around in it. it's actually a key. I got a key, baby. We're going to go ahead and just transfer all this over here because that's actually going to let this dude heal up. And I do want a little bit more melee onto you, not too much. And I did end up getting a little bit of extra stuff, guys. I did end up getting this skin. Just because I wanted the skin, man. So I ended up paying the $30 for the season pass for this other stuff. And did he really wreck my chest plate? No, he didn't. It just de-skinned my chest plate for some reason. That's an easy fix. I just come in here and we got to grab my chest plate back, which is this one. Boom. And there we go. So yeah, we got this skin, by the way, which looks absolutely awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks pretty cool. I think the helmet should have been done a little bit different. So there's like fucking 5-foot long horns on the head here. They could have went with something more like it's spiky and something with horns of spikes, but not like 10-foot horns. Maybe like 3-foot horns. So the horns could have came up to about like right here where my little thing is, and barreled out alongside like extra stuff that could have been on the mask. And then these that come out here probably could have stopped about like right here. So there's like an extra foot of like stuff that's out there. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. I like it. This is probably going to be the skin I use throughout, just because I do like it. And my Pteranodon, by the way, was like level 300 something wild when I came out here to get it, which is great. Let's go ahead and grab this. We are going to go ahead and grab this because I am going to split that down. So half of it is going to go to you. Half is going to stay with me because half of it is, well, not going to go here. I'm going to go here because I want to put the hide in here. Boop. And then half is going to go over to this. That way I can go ahead and spool it. Boop. And move it over here where we do have a lot, but you can see like it is normal. We do need to go get some good old narco berries. So let's go ahead and over here and use my hands to forage some. Okay, I only got 100. Okay, we're at 200. Nice. I did do a little bit of config coding for the server. This is for everyone, not just myself. But on the server, you are able to craft the 500 times tranks now for, I think it's 100 narcoberry per time compared to what the base version of it was. The base version was horrific, man. Like, I'd have to really boost up the gather rate in order for anyone to craft them. Because through the mod itself, if you don't edit it, it's like 2,500 narcoberry just to make one of the 100 times. Or 500 times tranks, my bad, for the narcotic. So, yeah, you'd be spending like 40,000 just to make like 10. So I wanted to make sure everybody was able to like craft those out, including myself, a little easier. That way you can go ahead and start getting your tamely tames done. So we're going to come right over here, drop in the 2,600, and to show you guys, you are able now to do this for 100. So now you can see I can make 26 of these to turn 26 of these into these. But we got to wait on that, so that way we can do that. We're going to go ahead and offset a little of the berries inside of this dude's inventory, just so that way when I do get the feeding trough up, I'll be able to use the feeding trough. This is just so I can tame those. The red berry, just because I'm going to call, what I like to do is blueberry, cherry, horrible. Technically, these are too big, but we'll call them grapes. Kiwis, and then this, I don't even know. I think we'll call it blue raspberry, okay? This is blue raspberry. Even though technically this would be blue raspberry, but we're going to call those just regular blueberries. Okay. Let's go ahead and toss in the fiber over here. We'll toss this here, and then the rest of this we can get rid of. So we're just going to come over here and just like plop it down onto the ground. You know, just like drop it out of my butt cheeks onto here. That way I no longer have to clench my cheeks for a little bit. And I kind of do want to grab another flyer, so we might end up using this. But I do want to grab a herbivore. So we're going to grab a herbivore first. So we're going to need this. Ooh, actually more arrows to add to the bench over there. What type of herbivore do I want, though, is the good question. I'm thinking a Bronto, but I don't want to make the mistake that I've already made earlier, which you guys ended up missing when I first put this in because I was testing it. And that was my dumb self did not look at the eyes of a Bronto to make sure it was a regular Bronto. And I tried tranking a Bronto that actually is a modded Bronto that comes from the Primal Chaos mod. So, yeah, it didn't work out too well. He ate like 3 of these arrows, and I looked at the eyes, it's like, yeah, nope, F it. Not worrying about it no longer. Okay, that's why I was out of these arrows. But now that we got 23, we can actually go out and do some tames. I wish they would have done a crossbow skin for this, because if you guys don't know, if you get the DLC for this, they done a rifle skin that looks awesome, and I think the same look to that rifle skin could have actually been ported to the crossbow. They done a skin for the sword, and they totally missed out on the pike. And let's be honest, when you run around, most people I know, which some people do use the sword, I will say it's like a little niche, because it is very few people that use the sword. Majority of ARC players use the pike. On top of its hard hitting, it's also got more range for melee. But let's go ahead and head on out here and see if we can't go get a little herbivore. A trike or something like that'll do. Please, I don't want to die by like an earth fucking moth today right now. Oh, hi there, Dilophosaur. We're just going to run right by you and continue looking for some herbivorely doos. And I want some pretty cool stuff. Okay. Cool Pteranodon. I just don't have the stuff to tame you just yet because you are Primal Chaos, which, yeah, it's not going to be working out. Automatically, we're going to go this way. Oh, hi there, Dodo. I actually do not like these guys, but I am going to turn around and... Never mind, leave it in the dust. I was going to say shrink it down and then use the axe to, you know, chop its body up. Maybe get some extra, like, armor. Because I do have a chance of getting Primal Chaos stuff through that. Same as, like, there's new supply drops, which, by the way, is an irregular supply drop. There is another... Oh, boy. Oh, and you are going to be one of those that does not like to get tranked down. You are fast as fuck, brother. Oh, God. How am I going to deal with this? Yeah, he gonna eat the tranks. We not doing that. Nah, we're not wasting tranks no more. I'm probably dead here. No, you stay away from my base. You stay away from my base. Good little fucking jellyfish. Jesus Christ. How did you fit into that? No. No, just no. And why is that? Boys, do we not see the glitch that is happening there? Ark, how do we let that slip through. Oh, I don't want to get too close, man. Okay, we're just gonna grab our bird and go. Grab the bird and go. Boom. Okay. Maybe he can find a way to get out without breaking my base. And we're going to use the bird to get past this fucking jellyfish, because we are going to kind of need to do that. There is actually a chance at finding one of the other creature types, which I've already found and went to trank down and grab. Little tornadoes. Okay. But when I went to grab it, as in like tame it, it fell through the fucking earth. And it's because it's glitched. Like right now, like I think flying creatures, if you trank them and they fall into the ocean or the water, becomes oofed. And yes, we do have the crabs out here from the mod. So, boop. And they're not regular Karakinoses either, by the way. So be very careful trying to run up or get one. You're not going to have a fun time. That is your only warning I'm going to give you if you hop over here. Boop. And yes, it is a heavily modded server. So, if you guys like heavy modded, you guys can join over here. Although there is a couple. What the flying flip was that, brother? I just heard something roar that was. It didn't sound friendly. I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting that roar. I do not want to go over there because I don't feel like getting shot off my mount. Oh boy, I'm actually going to have to figure out what we're going to do, and hopefully I don't have a certain specific thing happen to me that will force me to have to relog back in and not be on my mount anymore. Oh, yep, we're not getting near those. Those guys hurt, as in I will get obliterated within like seconds. I forgot this place has a little castle thing to the right there, but there's also another castle all the way out in the desert. I was hoping to find the one thing I needed, or wanted to get back, but I don't think I can, and I might have to figure out about that. There's actually that over there too. Man, I am missing a little I just realized I need to land down before I run out of stamina and be forced to land down. Oh, is this going to be a thing where the stamina takes forever to regen on these guys? No, it doesn't. It's just being really, really slow, just graphically to my right. Okay. I know they're here because I've seen them. They just don't want to spawn in right now, or they're hiding like in that section. Howdy do. I don't feel like dealing with you. We're going to keep moving. I might do a little bit more editing to the server code at some point, just to make flyers last just a little bit more, because you can see like how often I'm having to like land down after rejuvenating like stam and how long the stam takes. So I might give flyers just a little bit more stamina, meaning like just up the amount that you get when you apply into the point. Boop. And I did look at the new map, which if you guys haven't seen it, I'll launch it up and kind of pop over to it. To me, it kind of feels like a knockoff of Genesis 1 and like really small. And that's why I decided to remove it off, because I was going to use the new map. It was going to be the Lost map, and then I realized how fucking small it was when I joined into the server. And that's where my other character went. So that's why you'll see a new character name of me having to relevel also a brand new character. Is because I put it onto that map. I ended up crashing out of that map, as in like just like straight like blue screen crashing on console, which was not fun, by the way. And yeah, just kind of after that was like, screw it. Now, is this going to be one of the good ones? Yes, it is. Please, to God, make sure nothing attacks me. I want this. Okay, which, by the way, is not modified in any form of way on this server. These are the only things that is full legit, are these. Mainly because I wanted the default to, like, what can drop in drops to happen. Oh, this is going to take a while to drop. It's, like, way up there. Oh, well, we'll just say we were here for stamina. If I'm not mistaken, I believe over here is where our base is. I could be wrong. I feel like I might have been wrong. Oh, no, I'm not. It's right here. Okay, good. The Bronto's no longer in... Oh, never mind. He is still here. All right, let's see if I can land down way over here. Sneak by. Because we do need to go tame some of the other stuff. We took care of the freaking thing that was right here anyways, so let's go see if anything has respawned. Actually, you know what? You have. Oh, there's multiple babies. Sorry, buddy, but you're going to be used as this to... That is still a thing? Babies still give prime meat? Oh, brother. That's going to make things super easy on taming. There was something in here last time I was near here. Let's grab this. Boop. I might actually see how do we tame these? If I walk up to it, does it say like put food? Yeah. Put the preferred food in the last slot to feed. Okay, that makes me wonder, is that like Mejoberry? Yes. Oh, this is going to take a while, ain't it? Wait until it is hungry again. There we go. Feed. Feed. Almost got it. Come on. I didn't look. Was it a male or a female? I didn't look. I should have looked. For now, we're going to say... we'll say Lost Strike. Boop. All right, you are actually a Protoceratops. So can I actually make your thing right here? Or do I need a smithy? Is my question. Triceratops saddle. Okay, I'm just missing fiber. Who knew you'd be so easy? There's me some fiber. Pro, and then Protoceratops. Yeah, baby. And there's your berries. I am too heavy for you right now, little one. So let's go over there. Oh my god, dude. He hits the water and just skates. Oh, that is going to be fun, man. All the way up to that we go, because I am actually going to hop on it and use it to harvest / break this to get that level quickly. Right about now. I think that is fine. Oh, you're kidding me, dude. Are you gonna tell me that ain't enough to get that? Okay, he boosted his level. It just wasn't as much as I would like it to be. What in the fruit am I looking at, man? You guys see that, right? The fruitykins. Oh yeah, he's still basically over in weight. Well over in weight. I gotta wait on you to get your levels. I don't like that. Oh, well, I mean, he does get something at least. What in the Leopleurodon? Wait. You're a passive tame. You're probably seafood, but just because I want to give it a try, it's the best meat I have at the moment. Yep, it's seafood. Is that... I don't know if that actually helps with the XP doing that. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Oh, you only hold like 300 pounds, my dude. Let's remove that. £300 still, overweight. This. Oh, I heard the... I knew it. Wait. Everything? Only thing I'm pulling out of you is this? Oh, I did not mean to hit you. I did not mean to hit you. I did not mean to hit you. Okay, we're not worried about that. We're just gonna worry about grabbing what we were here to grab. I feel like I should have got way more levels than that, but GG. Add 1 into your health, 1 into your melee. You're getting a lot of, like, tropical fruits, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, he's getting a lot of tropical fruits. Heck yeah. Oh, you actually don't have, like, a really super slow movement speed either. Oh, God. Oh, Parasaur. Nice. You know what? Let's not hit the water with this one. Oh, he can actually jump. Oh my god, look at this. He can jump. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting him to be able to jump. Alright, little dodo, come here, you. Where you think you coming to? That's right, go on. Thousand melee. Get that healthy. $80 damage per time. There we go. Much better. Two levels. Throw some stam on you and... Boy. Mama didn't tell you not to mess with something bigger than you are? Alright, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do one more into health. See that. Yeah, nice. Alright, we're going to pop off this so we can go harvest these guys. Do we have another one somewhere around here? No. Alrighty. I mean, it's this one. And now we have 13,000 hide. For me. And this. Nice. Okay, so we very, very lightly touch the button enough just to get him onto the platform. There we go. Heck yeah. I need to, like, come over here so I can do this. All right, we got this dude, which farmed up a good amount of berries, by the way. We got 21,000 berries now. Perfection. Boop. So now we can actually work on making 100 of those. Actually, I can do more. Oh, I make 200. Okay. Heck yeah. All right, now that we got those, let's go out and start looking at taming some other cool stuff, man, because it'd be pretty cool to have. We're getting our little itty-bitty lake starter base down, which is great. There is nighttime on the server, which, by the way, lasts like 20 minutes, I believe. It's like 20, 30 minutes. Oh, another one of you guys are here. Nice. And you can see they do spawn out in the wild at 4:30 something, so yeah. Oh, hell no. No. Bitch. Yeah, you're gonna give me those resources. Heck yeah! Harvest stone, even though I didn't actually harvest stone, I'll take it anyways. See, now that is harvesting stone. Grabbing up a lot of stuff at the moment right quick, guys, so we can go out and do a taming run, because we got to get saddles crafted for whatever we tame. So I'm grabbing fiber to make sure we have the fiber. Got stone, got wood. Some things require metal, and then we need chitin and keratin, so we need to trank down a trike or a one of the other things. I don't even know if my dino is still knocked for the other one. This is how we deal with these. Because it actually gives us, like, cool stuff that way, too. And depending on which ones we get, we have, like, chance at extra gear and stuff. So that's why another reason I was like, I'll just go ahead and do it. Drop this off in here. Pick up my trinks. Pick up my wood. Stone. Thatch. I do need to do one more thing that'll help this out in a second, but we're going to grab the fiber, the keratin, and the hide. The rest of that can just stay right along beside you, because what we're going to do is come right over here, and we're going to make something we absolutely need that I almost forgot to make. So we got to go make something before we can even go out taming, guys. Fiber. Okay, so what do we got to make that I forgot to do? Well, that is actually going to be basically these, just the Behe version. So I need the behemoth gates. So make sure we go all the way up. BEH. Oh, do I not have the stone behemoth gates learned yet? How do I not? Or actually, is the stone behemoth gate made elsewhere? I think it's actually made in our inventory, isn't it? Which I find that weird if it is. BH. No, it is not. Okay. So, wait a minute. Stone behemoth gate. It is right here. So we're going to make, like, what? That many? And then we need the reinforced behemoth gate, like the actual gates themselves. One more. There. There, we'll do that. Because we're going to do the automatic one, so we can actually just walk up to it, edit auto open, which is great. And let's do something like that. Automatic gate. This one. There. This way we are actually somewhat protected. Okay? I say somewhat because I'm not full protected, but there we go. I like that. We can come in. I think we still can work with everything. Howdy, Bronto. I don't know why you're still here. Or how we're going to get rid of you, but I think that is going to do nicely. Bitch. Ornis. Goodbye. You know what? 3,000 stamina going on to you right now because the Stammy Stams is needed. All right. This, we're going to go ahead and say does not auto-open, so... don't auto-open. And the same with this one. Oops. Does not auto-open. Alright, that way if my trike comes out, I have a chance of smacking the gate and staying in here. And the best way to do that is also come out here and do the same thing again with this. So, this. Yeah. That way I have less chance at it opening up and letting my trike out. That way if I hit it, I have a chance at staying in the walls. Just a slight chance. Okay. Alrighty, now I can actually offload the 3 that I'm not using now into you, maybe? There we go. This needs to come out of you. I'll take that. That. And this. And this. Because this is going to go into you to make sure we have really, really high amounts of food for you. This goes over here. Some of it I'm not going to put into this other stuff for crafting. Oh, yeah, it's the prime meat. That's what's spooling. There we go. Now we actually have stuff for other dinos, including the Volanosaur. But I would like to get maybe an Antrodemus or something of the bigger carnivore persuasion, if possible now. Carno actually doesn't sound too bad. What is that? Bacleo actually doesn't sound too bad. Thorax spider? I do need to make one of those in case I see one. I forget how the taming for it goes though, but there we go. Sponto saddle. Nalosaurus saddle. Fairy saddle. Where was it? Already passed it. Which means I'm not able to actually craft another one. And what will it take in order to use the the cryo gun? Oh, thatch. Okay. I can actually go get some thatch for that. So I'm gonna check to see if we actually need anything for this. So cryo fridge, PCS. I think this is needed. Maybe. The cryo chamber, saddle. Okay, this. Thatch. Crashed.